introduce myself. My name is...
Yo, what up, you guys? You already know who it is. It's your boy NewJaq, and I'm back again bringing you guys another NBA Live 19 video. And before I get this video started, I want to mention a couple of things. One of the things I want to mention is, if you haven't seen my last video, go ahead and check it out, where I talked about the pre-order bonuses. In that video, I talked about how you can pre-order NBA Live 19 through NBA Live 18's menu, and by doing that, you're going to get an additional 33% off, and that's going to bring the price down from $59 to $39.99. So if you guys haven't did so, go ahead and actually pre-order that game whenever you get a chance. But like I said in my last video, I don't know how long that deal is going to last. It can last probably until launch day, but who knows, they can actually, cut the deal short. And if you also have EA access on Xbox, you can get additional 10% off, and that's going to bring the price down to $35.99. I actually pre-ordered mine over the weekend, so I'm actually good to go. And one last thing I wanted to mention before I got this video started was that on August 24th, we actually have a release date for the demo. And that day happens to be a Friday, so go ahead and plan ahead. Tell your girl you're not kicking with her that day. Tell your job you're not coming in. Tell your principal you ain't going to school that day. Do what you gotta do. The grind gonna start on August 24th. But anyways, you guys, about a month ago, I had dropped a video called My NBA Live 19 Wish List. It was my first ever NBA Live video as well. And in that video, I pretty much talked about what I would like to see in NBA Live 19. But since I made that video, like I said, it was a month ago, we actually got a lot of information about the upcoming game. But since I made that video, like I said, it was a month ago, a lot of information has actually dropped about NBA Live 19. A couple of things I had mentioned in that video was, I want to see the Frostbite engine, which we know that's not actually going to happen. I talked about I also want to see, like Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy. I want to see a little bit more excitement from the commentary, but that's also been confirmed that they're actually not coming back. With the little information we actually do have about the game, here's 3 things I would like to see in NBA Live 19. And the first thing I want to talk about is your high school journey. So we do know we're going to start in high school, and then we're going to work our way up to legend status on the court. But I would like to know, how many games are we going to play in high school? Is it going to be a championship game? Is it going to be playoffs? We're going to play a few season games. I would actually like to see us start off, in the playoffs, and then, you work your way up to the state championship. But I would like to see us honestly play maybe like around 6 to 8 games. Like I said, I'm not sure how many games they play in the playoffs, but if you have to throw in a couple of regular season games, I would do that as well. And we're also going to have to assume that we're not going to play any college games, because the NCAA, with the player likeness and all that, that is not going to be going down. I'm not sure how we're actually going to make it to the pros without being able to play any college games. Are we going to, play high school and skip to the pros? And what I mean by skip to the pros, I mean like, the game saying we actually did go to college, but, it actually fast forwards in time. But what I would also like to see, because I can see this happening, is that we actually probably go overseas and play with a few European teams, because we are going to play on a few courts around the world. So, it kind of would make sense that we do get to play with maybe a few European teams that, maybe get some recognition and then make it to the pros. But I don't know how this all going to play out, because like I said, the NCAA, they're not going to allow us to, play some college games. So it'll be interesting to see how they're actually going to play this out. All right, you guys, and the second thing I wanted to talk about was the commentary. And if you guys don't already know, for the commentary, they're going to be bringing on Duke legend Jay Williams and the voice of the New York Knicks, Ed Cohen. And of course, they haven't confirmed it yet, but it's obvious that they're also going to be bringing back Jalen Rose, to do the halftime show and pretty much the end of the game highlights. But for the commentating, it's actually been confirmed, that they're actually going to be updating it throughout the year to keep the game fresh and, make it more replayable. So with that being said, when it comes to that, what I would like to see is if a major trade or anything happens in the league, or somebody gets hurt, or, somebody has a monster game, I would like to see, the commentating actually, mention that. For example, let's use Kawhi Leonard. The Spurs, they don't want to give him up to the Lakers, or, they're looking for the best deal. But let's say he does get traded, during the season before the All-Star break. And let's say it does happen to be the Lakers, I would like the commentators to actually, give their thoughts about it, and talk about how much a big deal of it is. And also we know that DeMarcus Cousins, signed with the Golden State Warriors, but he's dealing with an Achilles injury, and they're saying that he's not supposed to make it back until maybe December or January. But whenever he does get, healthy, I would like to see those guys talk about it, mentioning how much of an addition he is going to be to the Warriors, or, do they think that he's going to be actually healthy going forward? I'm curious to see how often they are going to update the game. They say throughout the year, but, does that mean like once a week, once a month, once every 2 months? And it does say also that they're going to be commentating on the Pro-Am games. That's actually a good thing, because there's been plenty of times, we play Pro-Am and NBA Live 18. You just basically playing to the sound effects. And yeah, I know it's street ball, but adding those guys to that actually makes it, a little bit more exciting. I wouldn't mind them actually commentating on the live strike games as well. The 5-on-5 versus the computer. I think that idea is a long shot, but you know what? Anything is possible. Alright, you guys, and the last thing I want to talk about is the multiplayer system. This was one of the things I did mention in my first video, my wish list video. I complained about how, when players go idle, where they go away for a long time, or, they're just sitting there not even playing, we should be able to kick them, or there should be like a system to where they lose points or XP or something. And the reason why I'm bringing this back up in this video is because, I really stand by that statement. I really do feel like we should be able to kick players, or, give them a bad rep or something, because I haven't played NBA Live 18 in a good maybe 3 weeks. I hopped back on a few days ago, and my first ever match, the point guard, gets the ball from a tip-off, and he's not even playing. It's kind of hard to enjoy something when your teammates aren't even playing, or, even if somebody on the other team is not playing. Yeah, you'll get the win, but, I'm all about competition, so I'm trying to win when they're at their best. What I also wouldn't mind seeing is that, after a match is over, before we go back to the menu or the lobby, I think we should be able to maybe give grades on our teammates. For example, I wouldn't mind us being able to rate them 1 through 10. And the trolls, they might actually give you a bad ranking after the game on purpose. But how it should work, I think they can probably implement this in the game. It might be a long shot, but how it should work is that if the game ends and you have a score of maybe 85 and up, I think you should be able to only receive good ratings, because obviously you did something to, receive a score of 85 or up. But someone might also say is that, let's say if you're a point guard and, you just ball hog all day, you pad your stats, your grade does go up. You shoot the ball well, dunking on people. I think the game should deduct points from you if you're not doing your job. So if you are a point guard and you're holding the ball way too long, you should get a couple of points knocked off. Or if you're not guarding your man, one-on-one, or you're trying to double team, or you're just doing something way opposite, you should lose points. Or if you're like a rim protector like myself, every now and then you might run into some guys that are trolling. They might just sit behind the 3-point line, actually try to shoot the ball. They should lose, a lot of points for doing something like that. I think a system like this, might help out with, matchmaking. I think, when we're getting graded by our own peers, pretty much, we should be able to know who we're actually teaming with. And I'm just chilling in the lobby, before the match start. I want to be able to check out my teammates, look at what type of gear they have on, or I want to see, if I'm playing with a point guard that actually likes to pass the ball, or, is he a ball guard? I think the game should be able to recognize, and gather information, and give us the pros and cons of, a certain player. I think each player type should be able to get graded on maybe 3 categories. And because everybody starts off with a grade of 70, I believe those categories should also start off at 70. And if you do those 3 things well or bad, you should be able to get graded on those. I would say after maybe 5 games that you play, all your stats and your scores should be able to line up with each other. The game then gives you, an average for each category. But anyways, you guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. This video is getting kind of long. But that's 3 updated wishes I would like to see, in 19. When I made the first video, like I said a month ago, a lot of information wasn't really out about the game. So now that we do have a lot of information, it's kind of easier to make an updated, wish list. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And whenever more NBA Live 19 news does come out, I'll be sure to keep y'all boys updated. So with that being said, this is NewJaq, and I'll catch y'all boys next time. Peace.